Hello, my name is Charles Steinbach, and welcome to Cooking with Schizophrenia. This morning I'm going to make an omelet and talk a little bit about my life with schizophrenia. So let's get started right now. Some of the ingredients that I have this morning are onions, right here, some tomatoes, and some peppers. And I pre-chopped them up and everything already. And I have eggs right here. I have 3 eggs, and I also have some cheese. This is one of my favorite dishes that I have wherever I go to eat somewhere, and when I travel and stuff, one of the things that I get is an omelet because it is one of my favorite foods. Okay, I'm going to get ready now and start sauteing the ingredients, okay? And I was born with chronic paranoid schizophrenia. I've been this way since I was 8 years old. A lot of my life I've been, studying schizophrenia. I've lived with schizophrenia. I've helped people with their lives with schizophrenia. I'm also an author, a speaker, a life coach, and things like that. Right now I got the ingredients with some butter in it, and I'm sauteing it. I speak to doctors and lawyers and judges and college students and nursing programs, and one of the things I like to do is show them that somebody like myself that has schizophrenia can do anything. And one of the things that I needed to learn how to do is to learn how to cook for myself. And I think it's really important that we get to learn how to do that, because it comes in handy when you're hungry. All right, one of the next things that I'm gonna do, since we're here making an omelet, I'm gonna put the eggs in here. So I go like that. I just throw them in the sink, clean up later. One of the hardest things that I've ever had to do is live my life with schizophrenia is stigma. There have been many times in my life where people have told me that, Charles, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't, try that because of your voices or your hallucinations and stuff. And I really like a challenge. So I just really consider what they say, and I move on, and I try it. And most times I'm successful, and I know sometimes I have to ask for help, which is okay. Now I'm going to stick in a little bit of milk. Okay, right there. And whip this up a little bit more. All right, come back over here and check the ingredients. Now you can put whatever kind of spices you want in it. I like to use garlic and onion powders if I don't have onions, but I have onions today. So I just cook this. Usually cook this for I don't know, depends upon how mushy you like things. I don't like things very mushy. I like things with a solid texture to them, like a crunchiness to it. So I'll cook those for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then right now I'm gonna get this hot enough and put my eggs in there. Here's a little bit of butter. So let's see, here's the pan. All right, that's melting pretty good. And I don't know, just I'm also a college student. I mean, I've written books, I'm a college student, I'm a speaker, and people really want to know how I live my life with schizophrenia and be able to be responsible and do the things that I'm capable of doing. And it hasn't always been that way. I mean, I have really had to work really hard at the things that I do. Well, anyway, I'm pouring it in there. Gonna do a little bit like that. Hold it up a little bit. And what I like to do is make sure that the egg is cooked enough. Not really runny and everything like that. And I'm gonna come back over here and stir the ingredients. I've lived my life with schizophrenia, and one of the things that people think that my life with schizophrenia is that it's about realities. And I can tell you that a long time ago that I did have trouble with reality. I mean, I had trouble with delusional thoughts and the way I think and how I act and stuff like that. It was one time when I lived in the boarding care, and I made a split-second conscious decision to go out and be the best schizophrenic I could be. And right then and there, that's when I chose to go do it. And I understood it to be a lifelong commitment to myself. And, you know, there's been some really difficult times. But it's manageable. Schizophrenia really is manageable as long as you understand your thought process. Okay, I really had to understand how I think and how I feel and my emotions and my feelings and stuff like that. And we can get caught up in our brains a lot. People with schizophrenia, especially when I was younger, I got caught up in my thought process a whole lot. And that's one of the things that I had to change is how my thought process works. All right, we have now the omelet's cooking. It seems to be cooking pretty well. And all right, these are almost done the way that I like them, but you can cook them for as long as you want. Like that. And the omelet right here, this may take a little bit longer, you know, to do. And one of the things that I do also is I get to talk to people over the internet around the world and do life coaching. And one of the things that I try to do when I help people with their mental illness is try to help them establish about acceptance, because that's one of the things that people think we have a hard time with, is knowing that we have schizophrenia or knowing what the difference of it is and stuff like that. So it's really times. Okay, that's really good right now. All right, I kind of move it around a little bit to get the liquid off. Okay, that's good right there. Then I stick my ingredients in here like that. I stick it on one side because it's easier to flip the egg over, fold it. And then I usually stick some cheese in the middle. You know, you can chip the cheese on top. I'll save some cheese for the top of it. This is always the hardest part for me, is flipping it, but I think the egg is cooked well enough. And there, I flipped it. I covered it. Okay, now I let this cook a little bit. Okay. There we go. Sit. Then I stick a little bit more cheese on it. And usually I have a cover, or you can use tin foil or whatever to melt the cheese. But today we won't do that. And I always like to make sure that the workspace is clean. And I need to get a plate. And so this is one of the skills that I had to learn after I lived in the boarding care and moved away and started living on my own, is I need to learn how to cook for myself. And it's really one of the things I enjoy doing. One of the things I have left in my life to do is I love food. I like to make food. I like to enjoy people's company with food, and all those sort of things how food comes. Anyway, that it's cooking like that. Usually I flip it one time like that for about, I don't know, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Then I flip it back. All right. And that's kind of like an omelet. If you want to, you can take some other things out of here. If you want to garnish the top of it a little bit, like that. You could take some tomatoes like this and just chop them up and just put them on top like this, like that. There you go. And that's, you know, it's not a gourmet omelet, but still, it's something that I needed to learn how to do for my life. And I enjoy cooking, so welcome. And thank you for watching Cooking with Schizophrenia. My name is Charles Steinbach. I started Stigma Candles to help create awareness toward people that are living with schizophrenia and other related mental illnesses, or just in life in general. Here's some of the fragrances that I have. Of course, Stigma right here. And I have 16 fragrances. One of them is unscented for people with allergies. And also in my life, I've written 5 books and co-authored a kid's book. And here's one of the books called Schizophrenia's Gift. This is my memoir of my life. And a reaction paper. And let's see, more gifts from schizophrenia. This one is more lines of like how I did things for myself, and some more memoir about my life and how I did things. And I just would like to say that I'm very happy that I get to do this and do a lot of the things I get to do to help people with mental illnesses and create awareness with stigma. Thank you.